welcome to the Liverpool Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, and we're here once again with the Audible Amazon Project, where we are working with artists from our community that are allowing them the ability to collaborate with other artists that they haven't worked with before. And one of these artists is here with me in the studio today, and I'm joined here by Lucy Edwards, also known as L3.
Hello.
How you doing, Lucy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so Lucy, L3, you're a rapper from Chester. Now that's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everything. I never would have known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, I got to ask you, you only said you started like about 2 years ago in the world of rap or rapping, but you've been performing for about a year now?
Yeah. 2024 was kind of when I got my first show, and I must have had about 20 shows last year, and that's kind of when I started to,
Do it seriously and everything like that,
take
yeah.
it a bit more seriously, yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say so because you wrote tracks and the point where you recorded it and put it on and created a Spotify account and stuff, and tracks like "Asking Me" and "We," and I'm thinking, well, okay, yeah, these have this E kind of thing going on, Lucy, but I was gonna say, what inspired you to move into this realm?
It was a lot of things, to be fair. Like, the community I've been based around, like, my best friend's been making music for years, and he asked me to get on a track about 2-3 years ago, and I was like, yeah, no worries. Thought it'd be rapping, but it was singing, which I've always been interested in, but I was like, alright, no bother. And then I just one day was making a song and, like, listening to songs, and had a beat on in the background. I just started freestyling on it, and then I was like, ooh, that kind of sounds good. And then I showed it to my best friend, and he was like, yeah, keep going with it. And then I just started practicing my craft, and then but I've always loved, like, rapping and being involved in it, and then more so in the background. But now I'm just trying to put myself out there as well.
Well, talking about putting yourself out there, you went all the way down south to London, right, to actually perform in another area, going from the north, down in open mic competitions.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about that.
They were really good, to be fair. The first one was, I think, maybe May, June last year, and it was really good to have my friends come down with me and show support as well. It was very refreshing as well, because obviously you can get a lot of mixed opinions up here, but going down there and seeing that other people were liking what I was doing, it showed me that I was on the right path to success, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Like, to keep doing it. And I got a lot of support from other artists as well, and I made quite a lot of good connections. So it was definitely worth going down.
Well, I mean, it definitely was worth it because you actually won. Not just one competition, but two. How modest is this, huh? I mean, I've never known Liverpoolian to be modest, but I mean, so you won both competitions with the tracks that are on your Spotify, which is "Asking Me" and "We." I mean, how did that feel though? Honestly, I mean, because it was like your first time on stage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they say, and the winner is.
It was more so they had, like, this prize money, and then it was given out to different people, and so at first I didn't think I'd won anything because it wasn't announced, like, oh, there's a winner. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, somebody's obviously just been told. And then I think it was, like, right before I was leaving the first time, the guy just came up to me and was like, he was like, oh yeah, you've won top prize. I was like, oh, hold on. I was like, yeah, sound. And then the second time I went up, I used what I'd won into my craft and then recorded in their studio. But that was a very, very good experience. But it was, I was made up, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm in London, I'm in a different city with my best friends, like, winning, nothing can beat that, do you know what I mean?
And L3 is born.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? I mean, and that's what it takes, isn't it? It's kind of like you got to leave your comfort zone to really really feel your self-worth, don't you? Because 100%. Your friends will be like, I can do better. Right, and everything like that. But then when you're going into a room full of strangers, it's really just the talent that you're there showcasing. You know,
it was good as well because there was besides my boys, there was nobody in the crowd that knew me. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that was just the first impression.
They're just loving your flow.
Yeah, they liked it. Do you know what I mean? So it obviously paid off. So it was good. It was very good.
Magic. So with those particular tracks, I'm gonna ask you, like, what inspired you, to kind of like get into writing or get into rap in general.
I've always been a huge fan of music. Like, I could probably sing and rap before I could ever talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to want to be a rapper when I was younger, but it was kind of obviously a childhood dream. And then I've just always been very like involved with it and knew a lot about it, and always like put myself into positions where I can be around it. Like, I want to be around it. And then as I got older, friends were just doing it. Like, my best friend, he was actually making music, and then I just kind of, I don't know, I just wanted to start doing it. And obviously I'd wrote a few songs when I was about 12 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like, they weren't very good, I don't think, but I'd always had that like itch for it. And then about 2 years ago, I was just writing like freestyling over a beat, and it turned into a song. And yeah.
I mean, it still is great. I mean, you start out rhyming and then start to get it a little bit more rhythmic and everything else like that. But then it's got to be about what are you saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I was trying to ask you about really kind of like what inspires you in a way, because like, there's conscious rap and there's like political rap.
Yeah.
Like a De La Soul or Common, and I think you mentioned Common as well as Kendrick and stuff like that. And everything. So weren't these the type of artists that inspired you?
Yeah, 100%. It was, especially Kendrick Lamar. He's a lyrical genius. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way that in Common as well. Like, a lot of artists I listen to, they're very like, the way that they can write a song isn't like a lot of other people would be able to. And I kind of started to use that inspiration into my own songs, and then but like writing lyrics for me, it's very important about what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I started it was more so about the melodies, but as I've got older with the music, it's like, well, no, I know what I want it to be about. If I know what I want a song to be about, then I can just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of
Well, as a new artist, what is also great is that where you're going to actually learn how to do this, like about flowetry and the artistry and all this other kind of stuff. And so, I mean, of Rosie Rothschild, one of the partners in Big Condo Academy. And, when he reached out to different artists for this Audible project, you were one of the artists that he reached out to. So I was asking you, what did you hope to gain from this project?
More experience of seeing how other people write songs, because I do it in a very, I don't sit there with my lyrics. Sometimes I will, but I'll hear it. It's more so for me about the beat. If I don't like the beat, a song's not getting written to it. Do you know what I mean? But for me, it's more, I wanted to see how other people write songs, and I wanted to collaborate with other artists as well, because I'm new to this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm new to this game, and I've done a few collaborations, but just something like I wanted to actually come here and collaborate like I have done with Grace, and just get a song and then just do it like that, which I'm quite happy with the way it went as well. Do you know what I mean? So.
Now, I got to tell you, as a person who was witnessing the process, and especially witnessing your process, knowing how you're a freestyle artist and everything else like that, and you're going to, I'm going to work with a singer, we're going to be put together, we're going to have to come up with this. And you ended up, you guys worked on looking for the music initially, but then like you started out, as Grace also admitted, that like you had some time, to work on the track. Then my shock and surprise, you just started singing. So here you are like saying, yeah, I love rap and I'm freestyling and I want to do all of this. I'm practicing and I'm freestyling. And then I'm like, oh, I thought you were just going to do like the rap part of the song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you always want to sing as well?
Singing as a kid was I'd sing for anyone who would listen. And even if you weren't listening, I'd sing at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've always been like that. And then, like, I used to sing in school plays and everything.
Right.
And then as I got older, I kind of lost confidence. But then, I don't even know. I just kind of picked it back up probably about 17, 18, and then just didn't really stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then people would tell me, oh, you have a good voice, you should incorporate it. And then, because a lot of my songs are not just pure rap, it's very much I'll rap and then sing. I have a strong chorus, like quite soulful, and that's something that I really like, because the way I make music is I want to listen to songs that, like, I want to make a song that I'd listen to, and that's what I do. Like, I love a song which is got rap, powerful rap, and then like a nice chorus and a bridge and everything. And yeah, I do like singing, and I think I'll carry that out throughout my career.
Well, as I was saying, is I love the chord that you guys selected because it's one of those piano chords that I actually started out when I was playing the piano
Yeah.
and everything, and it was the only chord I remember how to play. Phil, who's a specialist in guitar, and I go, Phil, that's the devil's music. Now, I'm like, I can only play Deep Purple, can I, Phil? And he said, you can't even play Deep Purple.
Not very well.
All right.
I'm only
But I can play this piano. Anyway, you singing to that chord, I was just like, oh my God, I can hear you listening. I'm listening over and over. It's just magic. I can't wait to hear the song. So can you tell me about the idea or the theme of the song?
Yeah, so the theme of the song was to make it about two artists, like vocalists, who want to be in the same sex relationship, and obviously with like different people's views on it, they're kind of having to force those feelings down, and obviously that can like cause a lot of issues, like mental health issues, like just yeah. It was just really about capturing the way that those feelings have been pushed down, basically.
Yeah. I mean, like, falling. It's like you can't help yourself when you fall in love.
Yeah, you can't. Do you know what I mean? And if it's with
I don't know much about that anymore, do I, Phil? Phil does.
no comment.
Shut up, Phil. What's the name of this? What's the name of the song?
All in.
All in. Yeah. All right.
You're trying to give your all, but obviously you can't because there's all of these different.
All of these things happening
Yeah.
and stuff. So, so when we talked about the collaboration process, so was it difficult or hard, or was it just something that you were just like all in, ready to do?
Well, Grace, as she mentions, she was a little bit delayed, so I had a lot of free time, so I was just kind of, as you witnessed, listening to the beat and just kind of writing and listening and kind of going back and forth. And then once I'd come up with like the melody and the chorus, I didn't want to go like completely with this idea, because obviously Grace could have come and said, oh, actually that's crap, I don't like that. Do you know what I mean? And then I would have been a bit like, oh, but good thing she liked it as well. So when she came and saw it, we were just basically like working out together. She worked on her verse, I worked on mine, and then did the bridge, and just kind of all these ideas that we both had, just said everything. Do you know what I mean? Make it very clear what you want to do, what I wanted to do, and then it just perfectly came together, which was quite nice.
No, not to get all like serious or anything, but in talking with Grace, like we were talking about her visual impairment, and and what she has to go through as far as people's expectations, and everything, and it's like, oh wow, that's so powerful, that's so inspiring. She's like, oh, you don't even really know me though, do you?
Yeah.
And stuff. So you have somewhat similar going on, because as like a white freestyle rapper down in London, got to be down in that kind of like London way, you know what I mean? Where you hit the stage.
Yeah.
What was it like?
What, in London?
Yes, please.
The first time I did it, I was so nervous. It was in the summer as well, and I hadn't had a haircut, so my hair, I must have put my hair up before I go in, and my best friend just didn't want to tell me this.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking back at the videos, I'm like, oh my God, my hair's everywhere. I'm just like, and like I was shaking. I don't think they could tell, but it was very nerve-wracking, because obviously it was a lot of new faces, and sometimes I'm a bit, with social situations, I love them, but then other times when it's a new situation, I get very, I don't know how they're going to perceive me. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to perceive them, but it was really good. Everyone was really friendly as well, because the first time I went was the first time the company had ever done one. So then by the second time I went up, it was very much, they were more established, they knew what they were doing. But the second time was fun because they had a PlayStation as you walked in. So me and my boys, we just walked in and just started playing on it. Like, apparently we acted like we didn't care, which I didn't agree with. But then this rapper came up to me at the end, and he was like, and you guys walked in and acted like you didn't, and he was like blown away by it. I was like, we were just doing our thing, do you know what I mean? We were just on the PlayStation. But yeah, it it was a comfortable environment by then, so it was very refreshing as well. It was nice.
But it also is kind of cool just to be like L3, going on the stage.
Yeah.
Because you've probably built a reputation by now.
Yeah.
Like at least down there when you're doing that, and you're trying to do that now with your
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
What I'm really just kind of like looking at is like the stigma, right?
Yeah.
It's like here's a white rapper, oh, here's a white female rapper, and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, well, white people have problems too.
Yeah.
I mean, because the love of rap is the righteousness, isn't it? Well, you tell me. I mean, for you, where did the art of rap, the spirit of it come for you and stuff?
More so for me, because I have ADHD as well, and I'm a gay white rapper, as you said. Do you know what I mean? Like a gay female white rapper is a bit of a mix to have, but it was kind of more so for me, like putting my experiences and say traumatic experiences or even good experience, and just the fact of growing up in an area where I've grown up and seeing different things, experiencing different experiences that I wouldn't have expected myself to experience, if that makes sense. So it was just kind of about, I don't really know, everything really. Do you know what I mean?
Just, well, you have something to say from your perspective.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And obviously a lot of other people have similar perspectives in rap or completely different. And I just kind of wanted to be unique and something different. And obviously being a white gay rapper, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's not like, and it also, it's not about labels at the end of the day.
No, that's what I don't like either.
No, but it's just like, we're kind of stating the obvious.
Yeah.
But again, it is what people do face, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you face it yourself, But as you are now hopefully rising and, making your presence more known.
Yeah.
I would say, how can people find you? But I would actually have to say, if you know the Fibonacci sequence, no, seriously, you can find...
What in God's name is he talking about?
The Da Vinci Code. Anyway, don't shake your head. It's Phil, not me. So to find Lucy, how did they find you, Lucy?
You can find me on Instagram at l3.dwa. It's not a Da Vinci Code, it's just my Instagram.
Yeah, but it's a clever way of saying your name, though,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
a clever way, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's code, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Do it again for us. L3 at...
l3.dwa.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Code. Fibonacci. All right. So anyway, let's see. I look forward to hearing all and when it comes out and everything. But do you have any shows coming up that you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm heading to the studio next week, so we're going to be getting a few more drops from me, definitely, because I turned 21 in March, so I wanted to get at least 3 songs out before then. But yeah, I've got quite a few things coming up, and hopefully quite a few features as well, which will be exciting. So
yeah, because I went on to your Instagram. Not many videos on there as of yet, but
we're building.
We're building. It's building. It's a work in progress, and everything like that. So either way is want to thank you for joining me here in the studio and everything. And this has been L3. I'm Chase Me, and we out here.
Chase me.
And that's Phil B. That's Phil B. Because I'm a rapper. You see? See? I got skills. I'm not gonna say the multiply though. Phil, just cut it. We out of here.